Hey, everybody, it's Eric and Angel from the Experience Pros Radio Show coming up next.
Absolutely. It's time for Eric-isms and angelosophies. We're talking about when the timing is right.
The timing is perfect.
You know, sometimes we try to rush things through and push it through on our own agenda, our own timeline. We have our own deadlines that we want to reach. But here's the thing. When you nurture a relationship, when you take the time to allow it to be right for your customer,
it's usually going to be just right for you too.
Absolutely. And so sometimes we get really desperate, and when we don't have our pipeline full, we don't have our strategies in place, we're not marketing, then we want everybody to rush through, and we kind of go into panic mode. So here's the thing. Take a deep breath, look at your calendar, put in some time to actually grow and nurture your customer relationships.
Absolutely. Desperate actions cause people to feel like you are desperate, and that will absolutely derail a transaction altogether. Hey, there's a lot of things going on in the calendar.
There are. This week, we've got a couple of events brought to you by our friends over at the Colorado Micro Business Alliance. And they've got two events, two different locations, one in Parker and one in Westminster. But they're talking about if you want to grow your business, you have to grow your people.
Yes.
4 to 6 p.m., both of those events, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. Find them online at the Experience Pros calendar, experiencepros.com. Click on the calendar tab.
And if you're not yet a member of the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, what are you waiting for? It's $5 a month or $48 for an entire year. Sign up and get on their list of all these events that they put out there. Training, legislation, but they're good for business.
They are really good for business. We highly recommend them. We're members and encourage you to become a member as well. ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com.
You ready to get your dance on?
I am. The Parker Chamber and our friends over at the Fred Astaire Dance Studio are hosting a business after hours event, networking, dancing, cocktails.
Is this the thing that we went to last year?
We did.
Oh my gosh, you're going to love this.
October 15th from 5 until 8 p.m. Again, check it out on our calendar. And at any Experience Pros event, make sure you bring along, if you want to clean out your closet and make some donations for the Old Bag Bash, which is the fundraiser going on for the James Resource Network, helping single families get back on their feet again.
I saw a picture of you over the weekend. You had your truck full of donations for the Old Bag Bash.
I did. I've been collecting them. A bunch of my girlfriends have been cleaning out their closets.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that wasn't all from me, though my house is going through a major undertaking these days.
Certain.
But yes, we made a great donation. October 27th is that event. So make sure you get your donations of Gently Loved purses, scarves, and hats over to Shishi's Corner. But look it up on our website, Old Bag Bash.
And I want you to know that vision is victory.
And right now they're doing their early bird registration. Come on, plan ahead. You know you're going to come. You know you want to put your goals and get them all set up for the year.
We're talking about coming to Phoenix with the Vision is Victory seminar. It is happening with January 16th.
January 14th through 16th in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Come on.
You can sign up today for the early bird registration, and the airlines are practically paying you to fly to Scottsdale in January.
That's exactly it. Come join us and have a great time. Do something good for your business. Sign up now. All right, folks. Well, the Experience Pros Radio Show is on deck, and we've got a great show for you. So you know what we like to tell you to do. Turn up the volume, buckle up, get ready. Here we come.
Just selecting good investments and fund managers may not prepare you for the retirement income you need. There are 5 important, less obvious decisions. Learn these 5 decisions and how to make them. Tune in to America's Wealth Management Show, sponsored locally by Life Certain Wealth Strategies here on KLZ 560 every Saturday morning from 9 to 10.
The Experience Pros with Angel and Eric next on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business. And your business is our business. And I'm just kind of wondering what kind of business is going on. You've heard the old saying, fly the friendly skies.
Fly the friendly skies.
Yeah,
yes,
you've heard
sure.
that before, right? Well, what's happening over at WestJet, where a passenger opens her luggage, gets to her destination, opens her luggage, and finds dirty men's clothing and 5 cans of beer in her luggage.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yes.
No.
In fact, Nicole Ashley, who tweeted a photo of the items, said WTF, which I believe is one of the three-letter acronyms that talks about one of the locations that you can go to from WestJet. Like DEN is for Denver. WTF, WestJet, opened my luggage and found a man's outfit with 5 Coors after it was checked through security. #how.
Did it come through Denver?
I don't know.
Coors.
I don't know the answer.
Coors. Yeah,
right.
Right. It's come from here.
I'm pretty sure they sell that elsewhere, though. I don't know.
Somebody left beer in her luggage.
Yeah.
Like, you're going around.
Well, at first she thought,
I would
oh,
feel
no,
like
that's someone else's luggage.
No, but I'm thinking this is pretty cool. Like somebody's just randomly going and putting cocktails in people's luggage. I want to fly WestJet.
And their dirty britches.
No, I don't want that.
Uh-huh. So that's the thing. She opened it up and the beer fell out. And she's like, oh, no, I've got someone else's luggage, right? Well, no, just a random shirt and jeans, a full outfit.
A full outfit. So somebody got naked.
Kind of feels that way. And
did they put her dress on? Is she missing her dress?
Started drinking.
But left
in the belly of an airplane, right? Because it's already gone through security.
Huh.
And decided, oops, here comes the supervisor, ran away naked and threw all the beer.
Who's got time for that? I mean, think about from the time you check in your luggage to where it's got to go to get onto the plane. And apparently it got on the plane.
Yeah.
So at what point do they like randomly pick one piece of luggage and say, I'm gonna play with this one?
Yeah. So again, this was her tweet to WestJet. WTF, WestJet. Opened my luggage, found a man's outfit with 5 Coors after it was checked through security. #how. This is WestJet's classic response at Nicole Ashley. What happens in Vegas? ... She goes, I was shocked by the airline's response. What happens in Vegas?
Sorry.
I didn't know whether to laugh or to be angry at the response.
Right.
It was inappropriate for sure. So she wrote back.
Every element of emotion, right?
Sarcastically thanked the airline for its, quote, appropriate response. And she received a reply asking her to call the airline, please.
Yeah, let's not do this.
Spoke directly to an apologetic customer service representative who pledged to investigate the incident. Yeah.
But apparently someone noticed that her bag was open.
And right next to
right next to it was some clothes and some beer. So let's throw them back into her bag.
It's totally the story that I would tell if I had a naked employee running around the airline. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you know what though? Cocktails in your luggage? Okay.
I don't know. When you get up to pressure, does that they explode?
Yeah, I've never tried to put a carbonated beverage in my luggage and send it through.
I haven't either. But there you have it. Okay. WestJet Airlines passenger
WestJet. What happens in Vegas?
Don't take people's complaint. If it starts with a WTF, which is not Denver, it's not SEA for like Seattle. I don't know where exactly that destination is. But if it starts with that, don't make fun of the complaint.
I don't know. Maybe they, I don't know.
People are talking about it. The lady did say, Nicole did say that it will not dissuade her from taking WestJet anymore. However, she will be locking her luggage.
So I know some people who put zip ties. They zip tie their luggage so that the baggage handlers can't get in it.
Some people.
I do. My husband.
Right. I know that person too. I mean, those people.
And it's the funniest thing to me because I'm like, if they want to get in your luggage,
they totally cut them off.
They do, right? Yeah. Because I always look at those that have locked luggage and go, what are you hiding?
Right.
Now, the one awful experience I ever had with the baggage handlers is when we were flying to Hawaii. And we had some snorkel gear in our suitcase.
You snorkel?
I have been known to snorkel.
That's interesting.
Right. Okay. Not favorite, but
okay. All right.
Jay loves that.
Right.
Jay's like all this outdoorsy and adventure-y, and
Jay.
We're going to go hiking and we're going to go in a helicopter and we're going to go snorkeling. We're going to do all this stuff.
Right.
But, he's like pulling out. And what do you pack for Hawaii, right? A swimsuit, a nightgown, and a cocktail dress.
5 Coors.
Right. And so, very little is in there, but he is going through with his wand, and he's like putting it out, and he's so slow.
Yeah.
Bringing out my swimsuit, slow.
Well, that builds anticipation.
I'm watching him going, get on with it, buddy. It was the dumbest thing ever.
He just wants to visualize.
It was ridiculous. And it was plastic snorkel gear. It wasn't like it was scuba diving gear.
Happens in Vegas.
It was Hawaii. All right. I'm going to teach you some simple tricks to save money.
Saving money?
Are you a big saver? I think people
I've
fall
gotten
into
much better at saving in my older years.
into two camps. There really are. Like even like you start out that way. Big savers, and I've got one of my children is a big saver and just loves seeing the amount grow and thinks that's pretty cool. And then there are spenders. And I think that spenders usually marry savers.
I'm a spender.
And did you marry a saver when you were married? I mean,
oh, hell no.
No?
Oh, no.
You're both savers.
No.
No.
She outspent me.
Oh, she was a saver.
100 to 1.
Okay, so she was the spender.
Oh, yeah. I was a spender, but not like that. No. That gets ridiculosity.
All right. Well, I think spenders marry spenders too.
Yeah.
And savers marrying savers. Like, hallelujah.
Well, either that or you squeak when you walk.
Oh, well, you know what though? But you've got all that money. I love saving. I'm a saver. But here's some simple saving tricks.
Okay.
And they actually talk about it in a way that, almost, pretty elementary, right? You have 4 different categories. One is your spending fund. The other is your saving fund, an investing fund, and a giving fund.
So you're supposed to have 4 banks, not one?
4 categories.
4 lanes?
Yes. So you should have a savings account. You absolutely should have a savings account. And you should have an investing account.
I haven't had a savings account in forever.
I want to give you a 3-letter acronym. What?
Well, that's a location.
Why in the world?
Somewhere in the middle of the ocean.
All right. Okay. So here's the thing. Number 1, you need to set a savings goal.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have something you're saving for, if you're not a big saver, like what's the point in putting money in for an emergency? And now it's Friday night and I need pizza and you think that's an emergency and it's not.
Wait a minute. It's not?
No. So you need to have a short-term goal of something. Maybe it's Christmas.
Okay.
Or, you're going to buy new furniture or you're going to go on a vacation, something sort of short-term in the next year, and put pictures up and kind of have your goal and your reason why you're saving. So set a savings goal.
Okay.
So that way, the first thing you do whenever you bring in any money, you put a little money down for your savings goal. And because you know why.
The first thing?
The very first thing. Very first thing. So here's the thing. Let's say you want to save $1,000, right? And if you save
but 40, you owe $10,000.
It doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
If you're going to save $1,000 and you're going to put $40 out of every paycheck, it's going to take you a year to save that $1,000.
Did you do the math on that? Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Oh, that's magic.
Well, it's not the first time I've saved $1,000. So, you know how much it is.
I haven't had a savings account. I can't tell you.
$200, $250 in a month. It's only going to take you 4 months to get to that $1,000. And so the first thing is you save first because you know exactly what you're saving towards.
Is that the same math?
It is the same math.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
All right.
You're multiplying by 10 or 12.
The next thing is you cut your expenses. Yes, you might have bills, you might have expenses, you might have debt.
Yeah.
But there's always some place that we can carve out a little bit of money. Again, this is why you have a savings goal. If you have it just random, like I'm just going to put $20 in or $100 in, whatever your dollar is, that when you're not in the mood or you need to spend a little bit more on something else, you won't do it. So it has to be tied to a goal.
I'm giving my cable box back.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
How much is that going to save you?
$110 a month.
Do you know how much that equates to the year?
I have no clue.
There's your $1,000. Just like that.
You sure?
More than.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So see, you get to count that now, but you have to put that 110 into the savings account now every month.
No. I'm cutting expenses so that I can live.
So you can live. All right. And then the final tip is when you do spend, become a smart shopper.
I am a smart shopper. Actually, I've gotten very much better at all of those things. Savings account. That's novel. I'll come to that. Thanks to the mint.org.
I have a savings travel fund. I didn't even get to the investment part.
No, you certainly didn't. All right. Hey, folks, don't go away. When we come back, we've got a fantastic guest who's going to help you in your business. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.ca. co.us.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Hi, this is Angel, and if you haven't checked out all the resources that Experience Pros offers small business owners all across America, I'd like to invite you to visit experiencepros.com. From annual contests to the Extreme Customer Service Directory, daily blogs and fan bragging to business tips, Experience Pros supports business owners just like you in so many ways. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Experience Pros, and thank you for allowing us to serve you every day right here on this station.
Imagine having a business partner watch over your computer systems day and night, actively responding to changing needs in your environment, helping make sure things run fast and smooth, protecting your valuable information. With availability, our managed services platform, C-Squared Computer Consulting can provide 24/7 monitoring, manage updates, and optimize your systems. Let C-Squared be your business partner. Call us at 303-933-1113. Mention Experience Pros, and we'll waive the setup fee.
Over 400,000 businesses in Colorado have less than 10 employees. Your business probably fits into that category. Imagine what would be accomplished if everyone joined forces. The Colorado Micro Business Alliance brings owners together to give you a unified voice in state and local politics, as well as helps negotiate better deals for products and services. They offer top-level seminars and networking events. Join now for only $5 a month at ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com.
Friends, there are very few things more important to your business than the way it's viewed and used on the internet. Your website is the gateway to your entire sales process, and here at Experience Pros, we trust Donna Galassi and Blue Zenith Web Design to make our website more than just a brochure for our business. If you want your website to be an experience, contact Donna today at 720-248-8431. That's 720-248-8431, or visit them online to see their work. Use bluezenith.com. We do.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Advertising is really effective, especially for small business. Turn your company into a household name by advertising on the Experience Pros radio show. We'll help you build a trusted reputation with the professionals who listen to the program. You'll connect with the right audience and at the right price. Advertise with the Experience Pros radio show. Sign up at experiencepros.com and put your brand on the tip of your customer's tongue. Sign up today and start advertising with the Experience Pros at experiencepros.com.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. I don't know about this next one. As a dedicated and well-practiced bachelor, I'm not sure I want to get into this next topic.
Well, the next topic is 5 rules of engagement, 5 principles of engagement. And I don't think it has anything with putting a ring on 5 different gals' fingers. It is about growing your business with our expert guest, Steve Goldstein. He brings years of experience working as an operational executive at global Fortune 500 companies, as well as advising private equity firms with their portfolio companies. His special talent lies in unleashing hidden assets of a company, encouraging employee engagement, and uncovering and highlighting your company's primary drivers for profit and success. Steve Goldstein, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning, Eric and Angel. Thanks for having me on your show.
Steve, very, very nice to have you. And I guess there's more than one definition of engagement, though. If you can find the girls that I'm looking for and their hidden assets, I wish you would please send them my way. Let's talk just a minute about what's the problem? You say that there is a lack of engagement plaguing certain companies. What's the problem here?
Well, the problem is that businesses sort of get caught up in their own operational things. And over the course of time, I've developed these 5 principles that I think anyone can use to diagnose what's going on in their business and take steps to fix those. So let me give you an example of the first one, which I call fresh eyes. If you come in as an outsider, you have a substantial advantage from the incumbent people because you're looking at everything, with fresh eyes. For insiders, though, very often people accept the way things are and they don't challenge things. It's hard to ask questions. In many cases, that may seem obvious or too intrusive. Here's a quick example of something I experienced back in 20 years ago when I was president of the Sears credit card business. In Chicago, I had to give a speech in Miami in February, which was great because it was 82 degrees in Miami and
Right.
minus 20 in Chicago.
Yeah.
And whenever I took these trips, I always made time to visit our stores and talk to our employees. And I went into the garden center and I saw 4 snowblowers in the garden center in Miami. And so I obviously stopped dead in my tracks and I asked the salesman why they were there. And he said, headquarters sends them to the store every fall. They ship them back to the warehouse in the spring. Everybody, at some point stopped seeing them because this has been going on for 20 years and no one from headquarters ever came down to see them.
So you are the set of fresh eyes.
I was a set of fresh eyes and I asked what I thought was just a very simple question, which of course uncorked a whole set of issues that were obviously not related just to snowblowers, but a whole way about how the company started to ship items to all of the stores. So the point here is first you have to open your eyes and then you have the possibility to have fresh eyes.
Absolutely. And when you do bring somebody in from the outside, they see all the things. Even, when you're getting ready to sell your home, you bring a realtor in or a stager and they see things completely different that you've overlooked, for years, that creaky floorboard or, that broken handle.
Exactly.
We don't even see it anymore. But the downside or the scary part to that, Steve, is, you get kind of the new guy coming in and of course he's like, yeah, he knows everything. And, unless you've kind of built in a little bit of credibility and likability, don't they look at those fresh eyes and think, okay, you're the mean guy on the outside who thinks you know everything?
Well, they can think that way, but the trick here is that not everybody can afford to bring in a consultant or an outside guy, which is why in the book that I'm writing that's coming out next year, I'm going to explain to people how you can do this yourself and become more self-dependent and sort of switch your focus so that, to use your example, knowing that you're selling your house, you'll notice that the floorboards are creaky and you'll probably want to fix them. And you won't have to wait for someone to tell you that you've had this situation that you've basically ignored.
All right.
Steve, one of the other hot buttons that you I said hot buttons. That's one of the 5 principles of engagement. One of the other principles that you talk about is connecting. And here on the Experience Pros Radio Show, we say that your first line of customer is your employee. I think you've drawn a similar scenario there. Talk about interacting with employees and customers on a regular basis.
Well, to me, it's the most critical thing in business. I mean, after all, you're in business to sell a product or a service to your customer. And the only person who really deals with the customer is your employee. And when you get into a large corporation, there's a huge gap between the CEO and, say, a sales clerk in the store. And so understanding what these employees are dealing with and facing and what issues they have is critical to having a better business, because it's my contention and my experience that these folks actually know what's going on because they're interacting with customers every day.
Right.
They know what's right. They know what's wrong. The problem is no one ever asks them what they think. And they're not just complainers. They often come up with great suggestions to address the situations that they find, and they wonder why no one asks them. So part of what I talk about in the book is to really find ways to do that. I mean, one of the experiences I had, which was enormously helpful, is I became friends with the window washer in our building in London. And, this guy who had no more than a third grade education had been the window washer in the building for 30 years. And, people didn't even see him. He was like a piece of furniture. But over the course of time, he understood what was going on in the business. And I had a cup of coffee with him once, and I learned more from him in an hour than I learned from my management team in 3 months. I mean, He just had an instinctual feel for understanding what was going on. It was amazing.
Well, he was in the trenches. He was there every day watching the interaction. And I think that as we get higher up in the hierarchy of our business, we get further removed from that customer experience. And so that connecting is key. All right. So we're talking to Steve Goldstein about the 5 principles of engagement. And one of the things you talk about is speed. You say whatever speed we're going is too slow.
Yeah, it's interesting. When you drive a car, if you're driving a car 80 miles an hour, speed is bad. In fact, if you really go too fast, it can probably kill you. In business, your enemy. Today, you can take 3 guys with an idea. They can start a business, and with a few months, be on Amazon Web Services, find out what works, tweak the process, make adjustments, raise money. And within 6 months, they can have several 100,000 paying customers who love them. But what do you do if you're the incumbent leader in the business they're trying to kill? Well, if you're an old school business, you have meetings and task forces, and you start a whole process that could take 18 months. And by the time you figure it out, these other guys have several million customers and are flying and they're riding like a rocket. The problem today is in large businesses, people think in terms of months, quarters, and years. And what I've done is I've said to people, okay, we've got to start to think in days and weeks and set aggressive but reasonable time frames. And if you miss by weeks. You don't miss by quarters or by years. So it's not to say you're necessarily going to make it, but you actually do have a shot at moving along a lot more quickly.
Steve Goldstein, everything you've said makes such great sense. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing with our listeners. And when your book comes out, we'll have you back. What do you say?
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
You betcha. All right. Well, fantastic conversation, and I love that. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 10 things no one tells you about working for yourself. You ready for this?
I am.
All right. Well, that's coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Early bird discounts are going on right now when you sign up for the 2016 Vision is Victory, the event with Carrie Conley, happening in Phoenix, Arizona. Take a few days in January to put together a strategy to transform your business and your life. You'll leave with a step-by-step plan to create massive success for the entire year. Vision is Victory, the event with Carrie Conley, is January 14 through 16, and right now, the price is only $200. Register online at infinitenation.com for your exceptional vision building retreat in Phoenix, Arizona. infinitenation.com.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
If you rely on networking to build your business, you need Renovate. If you are sick of wasting your time cold calling to find a few, you need Renovate. Extreme Relationship Management will help you renovate. Renovate is revolutionary training that elevates your not working and supercharges your networking to get real results. Sign up for the next Renovate training this week at extremerelationshipmanagement.com or call 855-I-LIKE-ERM. You need Renovate.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff it up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Home Care Assistance of Denver is changing the way the world ages by offering a fun and free series of talks designed to keep your mind sharper longer. Partnering with the Alzheimer's Association Colorado, the Mind Fit series will be held every Tuesday through October 20th from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. at 455 Sherman Street in Denver. Each week's session presents different activities that will stimulate and engage mental fitness. For more information, visit homecareassistancedenver.com or call 720-443-3371.
SharpNet Solutions has been optimizing websites for over 16 years, since before Google was even a company. Hi, this is Eric, and I want you to let that sink in for a moment. SharpNet Solutions has been helping hundreds of small businesses get found on the search engines since before Google became Google. They're one of the most affordable SEO firms in the country, and if you tell them Experience Pros sent you, you'll get up to 50% off of your SEO services. Still wonder if they can help you? Google Experience Pros. We use them. 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988 or sharpnetsolutions.com.
Do you wish your career was moving along a different path? Do you ever feel like your business owns you when it really should be the other way around? Do you feel like this isn't the life you thought you'd be living? Well, you're not alone. Sandy Corrigan has a system that helps people create careers worth having, businesses worth owning, that results in lives worth living. Call or text Sandy Corrigan today at 303-907-1010. That's 303-907-1010. It's worth the phone call.
I remember the moment. I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live. A storage tank ruptured, and for miles, chemicals were pushing up against the riverbanks.
This was a big deal, and it was going to have serious impact on communities up and down the river.
I remember the moment this local guy came up to me and said, "They call the guard out for this stuff?"
You probably thought we were all about hurricanes, tornadoes, fighting Mother Nature.
Hey, it's a chemical spill. It's a disaster.
It affects the water supply, threatens wildlife.
We're talking about the health of entire communities and people's livelihoods.
You bet we're ready for these kinds of things.
We were out there with booms to prevent the spill from expanding.
We're responsible for protecting and monitoring the sensitive wetlands.
I also remember the moment that same guy came up to me and said, "I don't know what we would have done if they hadn't called the guard up."
Learn more about how you can protect your friends, family, neighbors, and the environment. Everything that makes up your community. Go to NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. So, you want to work for yourself.
You want to quit your job, your corporate job with your windowless office, and go and work for yourself, work from home, where every day is like a summer vacation.
There are a couple things you need to know.
Well, I found a funny blog by a photographer, a wedding photographer. And she says, I remember those first few weeks of leaving my corporate job, going to bed at night, not having to set an alarm and she said, and I felt like the next day was Christmas, as if Santa would appear in the morning. Now, I don't know about that. I have to get up every morning and we don't get to just sleep in until whenever we want to, but.
Yeah. Well, no, we don't. But, she works from home.
She does. And so she doesn't have to get up and go and travel in traffic every morning. She talks about living in her yoga pants.
Right. She says, I'm a hopeless romantic who lives in yoga pants and is fueled by coffee, macaroni and cheese, and sour gummy worms. With that being the case, here are a few things that no one ever tells you about working for yourself.
Number one, she says you learn to talk to anything, dogs, oranges, the elderly next door neighbor, and you learn to welcome any interaction outside of your own human existence because gone are the days of eating lunch with colleagues or office chatter.
So basically, you're 5 years old again,
right?
Creating invisible friends and treating your dogs like the guy from HR. Yeah, that's probably true. I probably talk to myself more than
I think you do. You do. When you're at home, you tell me all the time. And number 2, you might gain a few pounds. She says 5, maybe 10. This isn't part of the new diet plan?
Oh, you forgot to tell us that those yoga pants have no intention of going to yoga.
They say you go around from running around all day, right, to a life that includes yoga pants, never going to yoga clans, and a sedentary lifestyle that lives next to your kitchen. So, friends, heed her warning, start working out again and make time for it now in those early days before you're too busy and get that into your schedule, or
not before
never
you're
do
too
it
busy,
again.
before you're too heavy.
Well, there we go.
There's that as well. Here's the deal. And then point number 3, you get to quit that 9-to-5 job so you can work less, right?
Be with your friends more and chase those dreams. Long lunches, golf in the afternoon.
Reality check. You signed up for a 7 to 9 job. That's 14 hours.
I know. We say, as an entrepreneur, we get to work half days. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Or 9 to 9.
Exactly.
Actually, 7 to 9 is more likely the accurate
Right. She
day.
probably is. Well, it's if you're putting in a full day. I'm talking about half days.
Us entrepreneurs, we have an extra chromosome of hustle that forces us to become workaholics. So.
But she says the best part is you'll likely rather work 80 hours for yourself than for 40 hours of somebody who, someplace that doesn't fill your soul.
I can hear the voice of one of our national sponsors, Dennis over Printing Done Quickly, nodding his head and going, that is exactly the way that it is.
Right? It doesn't feel like I'm punching a clock anymore, and we're not really watching the hours to say, oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's an hour till lunchtime and an hour until I get to go home. All of those thoughts amazingly, magically disappear. We actually have to force ourselves to say, okay, it's time to come home now. Isn't that odd? I mean, just to think about the transition of thought, but it comes magically with being an entrepreneur.
There you go.
She says life will feel like one big date from Match.com.
Wait. What?
Yeah, this is for you, Eric.
Oh.
Suddenly you have no work friends, no reason to put on real pants, and you begin to question who the heck your friends are, or even if you have any.
Wait a minute.
Welcome to the phase of life where every interaction feels like an awkward setup from eHarmony.
Oh, it's so true. Networking, meat market.
Right? All right. So make sure you nail down some friendships before making the leap so you don't keep talking to oranges or feel like you're on an awkward date.
Your imagination wanders towards things like jet setting or hanging with celebrities, toasting champagne whenever anything awesome happens. But the truth is, you're now hosting company parties, population 1.
Right? Get used to celebrating successes with a 2-minute dance party alone, all by yourself, and crying through your failures with a bottle of wine at 11 a.m.
Hey, there's really nothing wrong with that.
But here's the thing. This is the life you chose. Remember that when you worked alone and no one cared about your blog that only your mom reads, right? In the beginning, very few people are actually supporting you and showing up and buying from you, but it does grow.
Speaking of those office parties,
right?
You have been stripped of vacation time, employee of the month titles, holiday parties. Whoops. You did that to yourself, but don't worry. You can throw in the random work party on a Wednesday evening with or without friends and sleep off your hangover that those 2 glasses of wine left you with on Thursday morning.
And work will still be there. Don't worry. It's not going anywhere.
For sure. Neither is your business.
Well, yes. It is as you're reading through this, and we think about how much we can treat our business like a hobby.
Right.
And when we treat it like a hobby, we get hobby results. But I think that the down or the opposite side of that is when you start your business on your own and you are working from home, you don't realize how much distraction just being at home, your bed, not setting an alarm, not getting dressed for work, not having office meetings set up. All of this takes away from you actually growing your business. And the reason we put in 12 to 14 hours is because nobody else is out there growing that business. If it doesn't happen, if it's to be, it is up to me. And so there's the good side and there's the interesting side.
Well said.
All right. She says your laundry will be a hilarious mix of spandex and cotton that you'll literally forget that real clothes exist. You'll be working in your jammies all the time.
I'm just imagining. She's very cute.
She says you'll want to quit more than once. And somewhere along the line, you will question everything. The house. The job. the career change.
Your dreams.
Right? And it will all lay, she says, in a pile of tears all alone in your yoga pants and think that you can't possibly go on.
Starting to see a theme here. Yoga pants. Making it to every one of these.
So maybe that's the downside. If you want to be more productive today, don't wear yoga pants.
No, wait a minute. Some of you have my blessing.
No. I think about when I get home at the end of the day and I take my work clothes off and I put on my lounge pants and sometimes my yoga pants. They aren't at all about working out. They aren't at all about getting anything done or being productive.
That's true.
They are all about, okay, and I am done, checked out, and turned off.
Right.
Bye-bye.
All right. Here's one that comes in the list and we kind of glanced over, but I think this is actually most accurate among the list, and that is people who love you, know you, care about you, whatnot, will ask you, what exactly do you do?
That was my family for years. Nobody knew. And because I was working from home, obviously I had time to babysit or run errands or pick you up from the airport or, do all of these extra things. No, I'm working. But your family doesn't actually recognize that you're working because you're doing it at home.
I am the CEO of ME.com.
Right? So you could answer with some long acronym or a title that you created to sound impressive, but suddenly you're defending your career to the dentist while they drill through your teeth, she says. You become someone who speaks in paragraphs, not sentences, in order to explain what your dreams are and how competent you are at chasing them. You are defending. I'm going to make a difference in the world. I'm going to be a legacy. I'm going to do all of these great things. We just have to get dressed, and maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Right. Let's go back to the thing that you said just before I mentioned the what exactly do you do, and that is you'll want to quit more than once. We have a rule here at Experience Pros that Angel and I are not allowed to quit on the same day. If you are a table of one, then you're not allowed to quit.
Right? You committed to it. And I think this is the sad thing we often see in small business owners and entrepreneurs, especially because you are working alone and you feel like you are alone. Line yourself with an association of positive group of people that are growing their business, that are excited about growing, that will hold you accountable and also be there to pick you up on those days when you just don't feel like showing up. We host a monthly networking event. And I will tell you, more often than not, I get somebody that comes in and says, I wasn't in the mood to come today. I thought I'm tired and whatever, but they show up because it's the fuel, the energy that they need to keep going. Because when we quit too soon, you're like right on the cusp. You've been working so hard. You've created this snowball. You've created this momentum. And if you quit now, then what?
Right.
What's waiting for you on the other side? A job at the local box store? That won't fuel your soul.
Jenna's final point is this. Speaking of what you love, you are blessed, my dear friend, to have the guts and gusto to do what makes you happy. Remember on those tough days that this is all worth it. Put your happiness first, laugh when your friends think you live a glamorous life, and be grateful that this whole reality is yours and you've created it for yourself. Designing a life you love isn't for the faint of heart, but you are doing it and doing it well.
You're doing it and you're doing it well.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. But there is, it's kind of like the online persona and your offline persona.
Right.
Like people think being an entrepreneur is so glamorous and we are drinking champagne in the middle of the day. And sometimes we do, but most of the time we don't.
So true. Well, great conversation, and I thought it was a fantastic type of a deal. Now, when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit about how you take that information and work yourself into a not 14-hour, not 12-hour, a 5-hour workday.
I'm so excited about this one.
Coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hi, this is Angel, and I want you to picture this. You're driving home after soccer practice. Your little girl is sitting in the back seat and the radio is gently playing your favorite music. Your car is your world for the moment, and your world is safe because Nyland's Collision Center wouldn't cut corners on the quality of parts when they fixed that fender bender last month. NYLUNDS collision.com. No one knows your car better. The safety of your whole world is in their hands. Visit nylandscollision.com or call them at 303-761-9219.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
You've had it with the big box print shops and online printing companies. Sure, they offer cheap services, and that's what you get, cheap service. Isn't it about time you found someone who not only made you look good, but also makes you feel good? Award-winning PrintingDoneQuickly.com offers the highest level of concierge service without the concierge price. PrintingDoneQuickly.com, where we serve your business as we wish to be served, and quickly too. That's PrintingDoneQuickly.com.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about their preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Landlords, listen up. If you have investment property, you need Legacy Properties PM. Devin Bewley will absolutely get you the highest rent possible, handle every imaginable emergency, and make sure that your property is well cared for. He visits every property regularly and knows that he's working for you. Legacy Properties PM, where their promise to you is simple. If your property isn't earning you money, you owe them nothing. There's nothing to lose. 720-989-1996. Mention Experience Pros and they'll waive the first month's management fee.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros radio show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance has local offices serving clients across the U.S. and Canada. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Riviera Finance now. 800-872-4. That's 800-872-7484. Or visit RivieraFinance.com.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List That Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. List That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
I started going cold turkey. Well, at least when I'm in the car.
I know I shouldn't do it, but it's so hard to stop. That's why I hide it from myself, so I won't be tempted.
I used to do it all the time. I stopped by locking it in my glove compartment.
My friend used to do it way too much. Now I turn it off when we're in the car.
My solution is simple. I just don't do it.
There are lots of ways to stop yourself and others from texting and driving. How will you stop? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Wake up with Steve Curtis, weekday mornings at 6 on KLZ 560.
No more. 9 to 5? That is so Dolly Parton-esque.
It is pretty antiquated, right? To think that we can still work 9 to 5. That when that work schedule was created, what was that, 1866? Oh, actually, the 8-hour workday started in 1866.
Right.
And in 1914, Henry Ford cut the workday in half to boost productivity and reduce turnover among factory workers. And we still think of 9 to 5 as the typical workday. And it's been years since I read Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Work Week, but I think it's going to get back on my desk very, very soon.
Okay, now hold on for a second. The 4-Hour Work Week is ridiculous, but it's required reading if you're going to wrap your head around what we're about to share with you, and that is the 5-hour workday.
The 5-hour workday. Now, here's this. I have a company that was named the fastest growing private company in San Diego. Their 9-person team will generate $9 million in revenue this year.
Wow.
And they are doing it after switching to a 5-hour workday.
You absolutely can reduce your hours by 30% and maintain the same level of productivity. And here's the why behind it. We'll talk to you about the how in just a second. But the why is, humans aren't machines.
Just because you're at your desk for 8 hours doesn't mean you're being productive for 8 hours. They say even the best employees probably only accomplish 2 to 3 hours of actual work.
Ouch. All right, here's the next one. Happiness boosts productivity.
Well, happier workers are more productive. So it just makes sense. If they have outside time to pursue their passions, nurture relationships, and stay active, it gives you more energy emotionally and physically to be productive at work.
And finally, working fewer hours creates scarcity. In other words, you've only got so much time to get it done. Get it done.
Right? It offers what they call baked-in time management. It forces you to prioritize those high-value activities. And so what he hears often the time is we can't do that. But they switched to an 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. workday. And can a 5-hour workday work for everyone?
Here's how do you start.
All right. Apply the 80-20 rule. So again, we talked about the 4-hour work week. It's required reading for anyone looking to adopt a shorter workday. But one of the most impressive or important ideas is the Pareto principle?
The Pareto principle, 80% of production comes from 20% of your effort.
So evaluate your workday to identify those 20% of activities and eliminate the rest.
Absolutely. Shift to a production mindset. That is to say that people who dismiss the 5-hour workday outright usually think it's impossible because they measure work in hours rather than output. Go to an output. On the Today Show, I saw a segment that talked about giving unlimited vacations. Right. And there are several companies who are jumping on this bandwagon of giving unlimited vacations, provided you produce your job. And it's being met with mixed reactions.
And depending on the type of job that you have, where, if you've got a retail store, well, somebody has to be there and somebody has to man it. Man your spot. If you're not there, that might not be effective. But think about this. If you're in an element where you kind of are working on your own, you've got your job skills, your job description, and you're not reliant on somebody else to fill in when you're not there, then why not? As long as you are getting the job done and being productive. They also say that most workers aren't paid by the hour. They're paid a flat salary. And so here's the thing, we're getting most of what we need out of them in those 5 hours anyways. Sure. So they say nix the always available attitude.
Oh, that's hard for me.
Right? We didn't run a convenience store. So our customers were able to shop according to our hours. You might have to automate a few things. Go more with an online and automate some of the redundant features that you do every day. They say they use technology to boost efficiency.
That's your automation right there.
Right, to allow our warehouse and customer service employees to work 30% less. We had to figure out how to still serve the same number of customers in less time.
Don't restrict yourself to that 25-hour work week, okay? We understand you're trying to shoot for the goal for a 5-hour work day, which if you do the math, that's a 25-hour work week. But their employees understand that, sometimes the top performers still have to put in the occasional 12-hour day.
But they can always walk out of the office guilt-free, right? We're seeing television commercials that talk about leaving at 5 o'clock and you're so guilty. But there are times, like the staff will recognize there might be times when we need to or want to work an extra long day. But knowing you can leave the office at 1 o'clock to pick your kids up from school, then work isn't separate from life. It's all just living.
Whose kids are getting out at 1 o'clock?
Well, you can go and have lunch. You can go for a run, go and do some working out, or do something before you go.
Therein lies the real goal is we got into this business with the intent to create a lifestyle. And that lifestyle doesn't mean wake up, go to work, go to bed, and do it all over again the next day.
He says moving to a 5-hour workday was one of the hardest decisions that he's ever made. And it's because of the mindset.
Sure.
Is this so revolutionary? Nobody else is doing. Can it be done? Can we still serve the same amount of customers by putting in less time, because you don't want to sacrifice revenue or customer service? But they say you can make the leap to a 5-hour workday too. Just shift your mindset and let go of the fear.
Now, you realize that putting this out over the airwaves means that one of our staff is probably listening, and they're gonna come to you and say, Angel,
so long as customer service isn't sacrificed and the revenue doesn't get cut, then why not?
Well, there you go. And don't forget, you still have the obligation to go take care of all the other things we do.
Well, they weren't reducing obligations.
Right.
They were just being more effective in the time that they're doing those obligations. But knowing you've got 10 hours to get it done, I think we lollygag through our day. Like, we kind of get in and come in and do this, and we set up and we go to the water cooler and we hang out and have coffee, and like we lollygag all through the day, but we're probably only getting a few hours of productivity.
I think that's absolutely true. And I think that a lot of that productivity goes down the drain to the scroll of the Facebook and all of that. And I'm mea culpa. I'm guilty.
I know. That's why I brought it up.
You're guilty too. I'll take one for the team until you decide to take aim.
I couldn't just let it drop. You put it out there.
I think you could. All right,
no,
folks.
No, Eric, you're so productive the entire time you're at work.
I wasn't looking for that. Folks, thank you for tuning into the Experience Pros Radio Show. The first hour is done, but the good news is we have a whole nother hour coming up, so please don't go anywhere. This is your one-stop destination for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Tune in at 1 o'clock for Laura Ingram's First Hour, The Lost Hour, on KLZ 560.
Every day, 21 veterans commit suicide. Last year, active duty suicide surpassed the number of combat deaths. You can help by donating to Freedom Service Dogs. They rescue dogs from local shelters and train them to be service dogs for these heroes. Donate today at freedomservicedogs.org.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at KLZ560radio.com. This is KLZ 560. Freedom, liberty, truth.
This is USA Headline News. I'm Melody Burkett. Donald Trump is taking issue with President Obama's recent interview on CBS's 60 Minutes. In an appearance this morning on Fox News, Fox and Friends, the Republican presidential frontrunner slammed Obama for addressing climate change when asked about leadership in the Middle East.
What's going on in our country, it can be fixed. It can be, in many cases, very easily. But we have somebody that's more worried about climate change than he is about all of the problems that we have.
Trump also said it was sad to hear everything negative coming out of Obama's mouth, adding that the Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal is a disaster. Trump even pointed out that Democratic presidential frontrunner Hillary Clinton reversed her own position to oppose the deal last week. The Democrats take center stage for their first presidential debate tomorrow night. The stakes are high for frontrunner Hillary Clinton as she attempts to hold off a strong challenge from Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. For the USA Headline News, I'm Melody Burkett.
Hey neighbor, it's me. That guy 2 desks away that never takes a sick day. Seriously, you can always count on me to show up, even if I feel terrible. Which reminds me, I have the flu, and if you're one of the 63% of people that didn't get their flu shot, you can get it from me. You really should get a flu shot at Rite Aid, where you'll also get a free cold and flu protection plan to protect you from people like me. Another reason Rite Aid says with us, it's personal.
Flu vaccines available while supplies last. Age restrictions apply in some states. See pharmacist for details.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-479-2697. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-479-2697.
KLZ Denver. Hey, everybody, it's Eric and Angel from the Experience Pros Radio Show coming up next.
Absolutely. It's time for Eric-isms and angelosophies. We're talking about when the timing is right.
The timing is perfect.
You know, sometimes we try to rush things through and
Right.
push it through on our own agenda, our own timeline. We have our own deadlines that we want to reach. But here's the thing. When you nurture a relationship, when you take the time to allow it to be right for your customer,
It's usually going to be just right for you, too.
absolutely. And so sometimes we get really desperate, and when we don't have our pipeline full, we don't have our strategies in place, we're not marketing, then we want everybody to rush through, and we kind of go into panic mode. So here's the thing. Take a deep breath, look at your calendar, put in some time to actually grow and nurture your customer relationships.
Absolutely. Desperate actions cause people to feel like you are desperate, and that will absolutely derail a transaction altogether. Hey, there's a lot of things going on in the calendar.
There are this week. We've got a couple of events brought to you by our friends over at the Colorado Micro Business Alliance. And they've got 2 events, 2 different locations, one in Parker and one in Westminster. But they're talking about if you want to grow your business, you have to grow your people.
Yes.
4 to 6 p.m., both of those events, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday. Find them online at the Experience Pros calendar, experiencepros.com. Click on the calendar tab.
And if you're not yet a member of the Colorado Micro Business Alliance, what are you waiting for? It's $5 a month or $48 for an entire year. Sign up and get on their list of all these events that they put out there. Training, legislation, but they're good for business.
They are really good for business. We highly recommend them. We're members and encourage you to become a member as well. ColoradoMicroBusinessAlliance.com.
You ready to get your dance on?
I am. The Parker Chamber and our friends over at the Fred Astaire Dance Studio are hosting a business after hours event, networking, dancing, cocktails.
Is this the thing that we went to last year?
We did.
Oh my gosh, you're going to love this.
October 15th from 5 until 8 p.m. Again, check it out on our calendar. And at any Experience Pros event, make sure you bring along, if you want to clean out your closet and make some donations for the Old Bag Bash, which is the fundraiser going on for the James Resource Network, helping single families get back on their feet again.
I saw a picture of you over the weekend. You had your truck full of donations for the Old Bag Bash.
I did. I've been collecting them. A bunch of my girlfriends have been cleaning out their closets.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that wasn't all from me, though my house is going through a major undertaking these days.
Certain.
But yes, we made a great donation. October 27th is that event. So make sure you get your donations of Gently Loved purses, scarves, and hats over to Shishi's Corner. But look it up on our website, Old Bag Bash.
And I want you to know that vision is victory.
And right now they're doing their early bird registration. Come on, plan ahead. You know you're going to come. You know you want to put your goals and get them all set up for the year.
We're talking about coming to Phoenix with the Vision is Victory seminar. It is happening with January 16th.
January 14th through 16th in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Come on.
You can sign up today for the early bird registration, and the airlines are practically paying you to fly to Scottsdale in January.
That's exactly it. Come join us and have a great time. Do something good for your business. Sign up now. All right, folks. Well, the Experience Pros Radio Show is on deck, and we've got a great show for you. So you know what we like to tell you to do. Turn up the volume, buckle up, get ready. Here we come.
The U.S. Postal Service wants to remind everyone this year to protect themselves from becoming victims of identity theft. Never give out passwords, PIN numbers, or account numbers. To learn more, visit www.consumer.gov.
With John Rush this afternoon at 3. Now back to the Experience Pros on KLZ 560.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome to the Experience Pros radio show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. You ever get something, you're outside, you're working out in the yard or whatever, gust of wind comes up and a little piece of debris, a little something gets in your eye?
Oh, I had a little gnat fly into my eye the other day. Just a, it got all, yeah. Ooh,
right?
Right? Okay,
So,
why are we talking about stuff in my eyes?
Well, in Florida, a Florida woman said that, she was just minding her own business. A piece of debris flew into her eye, and so she was using a leaf blower, or a friend was using a leaf blower. Something blew into her eye, out of my purse. And what they brought was super glue.
That's not an eye drop.
Ooh, that is not an eye drop.
But it probably feels the same way as you're squinting, right? Because your eye is all squinty,
it's the same
right?
style of bottle and all of that kind of thing. And one drop will do you, and it did.
She super glued her eyeball shut.
With the debris still in it.
So your eye is wiggling around and
right? Mm-hmm. So what'd she do? She closed her eyes. She felt the burn. She said, call 911. Got to the doctor. Said the doctor gave her an antibiotic salve and ointment, but refused to attempt to open her eye or give any further treatment unless she made a payment. Doesn't that go against the Hippocratic Oath?
I think it absolutely does, unless she's, I don't.
He says he was talking about doing surgery and trying to save my eye, but now I don't know what to do. I don't have a job, no insurance, no money.
Well, and she probably came in and said that. I don't have a job, no insurance, no money. And I think he's saying, okay, this isn't life or death, so I'm going to send you away.
It's her eye.
Right?
It's with debris and glue.
Well, luckily, and this is kind of the power of the media, right? As somebody heard her story, another doctor heard her story and contacted her. And the nice thing is, kind of with super glue, have you ever super glued your fingers together?
Yeah.
Or, eventually it does. It kind of sloughs off.
Which concerns me about super glue, because I've seen the guy hanging from the hat.
Well, yeah.
The hard hat?
But did you come back the next day and was he still hanging from the hat?
No, that's why I'm concerned.
Oh, no, he got down.
You think so?
He climbed down.
I don't know. Maybe the super glue gave out because it kind of sloughs off.
But super glue and skin, I think, has an expiration time.
The skin of your
eye. Now, porcelain, or plastics, when you do that.
Yeah. I wonder if she had a glass eye.
She did not have a glass eye.
I don't know. I'm just saying. In any case,
I know you're just saying, but why would you just say that?
Because
it's not true, and I thought you were a respected journalist.
It makes great radio.
But now we're just making great radio.
Question. That was
now it is not about being a journalist.
This is the editorial section of me being a great journalist.
No, just
I
about
am a great editorialist as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was just asking a question.
And you never know which hat he's choosing to wear, and it switches from sentence to sentence.
So many questions. Didn't like the fact that I asked a question. Hey, do you remember your first job?
I do remember my first job.
Did they offer to pay off your student debt? Not death.
I didn't have any student debt at my first job.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
did
in
your
Reno,
first job?
Nevada, the place called the Bunny Ranch brothel. It's a legal brothel. You know the Bunny Ranch out there? Well, they're helping.
Do you know? I know?
They're helping.
Do you know?
Well, you know of them. I mean, we've all heard of the Bunny Ranch.
That's not what you were asking.
That's kind of what I was asking.
Do you know?
I don't know. But Dennis Hoff, who is the owner of the Bunny Ranch, announced a new program that will match its workers' student loan payments up to the amount that they make as prostitutes. Over a 60-day period, the Bunny Ranch will match the payments of women accredited at accredited 2- and 4-year universities. So you can
job match, funding match.
Right.
Nice.
If you want to go into that business.
Well, I don't think it's a reason to go into the business, but if you were
it's a lot of debt.
The business,
$40,000. Of course, you can make all go away in 60 days. 60 days.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
Quick. It's quick. All right. Do you have some student debt? Did your first job?
I do not have student debt.
Did your first job pay off do any loan matching
No,
or
I
anything
did that
like
all
that?
by my lonesome, and I did every penny.
But when a company offers to do that for their employees, that's a huge benefit,
Sure.
right? It's
Yeah,
significant
absolutely.
because how else would you pay for it? We're shopping around right now for colleges for my second child who will be going to college.
Oh.
And and you look at some of the expenses and how much that is and how long, and you start doing a little bit of weird math, right? Okay, so we're going to spend this much money to get you this degree, and so you'll get a better job, and how long for that better job and the difference you would make from bad job to better job to outweigh, to cover the cost of actually going and getting that degree. It's going to take the whole time.
Yeah.
They have a job.
Right.
To cover that cost. So, so anything that you can do, I think it's clever and good on him, right? Taking care of his staff.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to save do some iPhone tips. Tips and
iPhone
tricks you
tips?
probably didn't know about your phone.
I love those. I have an iPhone. I'm ready to go.
All right.
All right.
So do you ever feel like your battery is like sucking the life out of your phone? Like something is, and everything we're doing, we're running 1,000 apps in the background and everything's always running. So if your battery is running low, and this never happens to Eric because Eric charges every single night.
Every night.
But
as it should be.
If you're like me and you don't, you can actually, there's 8 different settings that you can turn off.
Oh.
That will actually help stretch your battery life. So when it's running low, it'll get you through till you get home or get to where you can charge it.
What are those 8 settings?
One of them is Wi-Fi.
Oh, turn the Wi-Fi off.
Turn the Wi-Fi off.
Okay.
The other is Bluetooth.
Off.
Location services.
Off.
Enable the 3G cellular.
Off.
Enable the LTE cellular.
Wait a minute. Off.
The sounds, the vibrate on ring and silent, turn that off.
Off.
Brightness and wallpaper, the auto brightness.
Off.
And the settings for mail, contacts, and calendars for fetching new data.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
But you can still receive calls.
No.
It will just be a phone.
Your 3G, if you turn off your LTE, if you turn off your Wi-Fi, you have a rock.
A phone.
No. I don't think so.
It says you can still receive phone calls
3G
doing all
and
this.
your LTE is your cellular.
Apparently, the most recent upgrade or update on your phone actually gives you an extra hour of battery life as well.
Please don't stop the music.
So do you like to listen to music when you get into bed at night?
Please don't stop the music.
You can actually use a timer to help you shut down the music.
What?
Right? And so you tap on the clock and the timer and you scroll down to where it says stop playing and you can play any music and it'll be turned off for the amount of time, 30 minutes, an hour,
So
4 hours.
Use that like I use my TV.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
So you can actually have the music playing and it'll turn off automatically.
All right.
You can set, or you can use the headphone cord to take a photo.
No, you can't.
That's what it says.
How can you use the headphone cord?
You have shaky hands, not getting you good photos, right? Or even if you're trying to funky, I don't know, selfies. Anyways, you can trigger snapshot using the volume up or down buttons on your headphones.
Those guys are so smart.
Isn't that so smart? I thought that was really cool.
Right.
You can switch shooting directions when you're doing the panorama.
This is important for you because you're a lefty, and the panorama lets you go left to right, like most people. But you lefties, you like to go right to left.
I do.
Mhm.
I do. And so now I can do that. There's different things you can do to format your emails, untyping. Did you know that if you've typed a whole thing and you want to undo it rather than back,
shake it.
You shake it.
Shake it off.
Shake it off.
Right.
I like the shake to pay thing. I like the shaking feature in the phone.
I don't.
Why?
It invites trouble.
What do you mean?
Shake, whoop.
Oh,
I dropped my shaker.
You are, because you shake when you shouldn't be shaking.
No.
Right.
No, I see what you're trying to do there. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just thinking that you're shaking your phone when you shouldn't really be shaking.
No. Did you know that you can find a word or a phrase within a web page? You can just tap search. In Safari, you type in the word in the search bar, and on the right, tap search, and it's going to find it.
And it'll find it.
Yeah.
And it'll actually even highlight it in yellow for you. You can generate random passwords.
What?
So, like when you need a new password, right? And we need to come up with something, and it has to have 8 characters and all caps and so many symbols. And you're like, I've used every password. I have no more brain waves for creating
Siri,
another password.
I need another password.
Random password. Just activate Siri and say random password, and she'll give you.
So, I'm trying to talk to Siri.
Oh,
here.
sorry. Okay, excuse me. I'll shut up.
Siri, I'm looking for a random password.
Okay, I found this on the web. For Siri, I'm looking for a random password.
Useless. Useless.
You can
useless.
even give the character length random password 16 characters. I'm going to try that. I'm going to post this on our Facebook wall, experiencepros.com/Facebook. There's actually tons of fun little things. Sending multiple photos at once in messages and emails. I'm going to use this.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to teach you how to go paperless, and it does not involve Siri. That's coming up on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Computers. We can't live a moment without them. My friend sent me an email recently saying she was having 99 problems and 97 of them were because of email and technology. I hate it when it doesn't work, but I'm stuck with how to get past the lockups, the slow retrieval, and the lost data. This is what Binkley IT specializes in, all your computer quirks and hangups. They'll take care of you, and often they can do it remotely. Call our friends at Binkley IT and solve your IT puzzle one piece at a time. Call 720-254-1057, 720-254-1057. And if your computer is still working, look them up online at binkleyit.com.
Boom! That's what you're looking for out of your professional networking events, and that's what Boom delivers. Create great business relations and build power partner connections the 4th or 5th Monday of the month at Bar Louie in Westminster from 6 to 8 p.m. Every event is sold out, so get your tickets for the next one today at boomcolorado.com. That's Boom.
Appointments are necessary. Call Barbara Dr. Denver to reserve your spot today. 303-369-7292. That's 697292.
For discounts are going on right now when you sign up for the 2016 Vision is Victory, the event with Carrie Conley, happening in Phoenix, Arizona. Take a few days in January to put together a strategy to transform your business and your life. You'll leave with a step-by-step plan to create massive success for the entire year. Vision is Victory, the event with Carrie Conley, is January 14 through 16, and right now, the price is only $200. Register online at infinitenation.com for your exceptional vision building retreat in Phoenix, Arizona. infinitenation.com.
Friends, there are very few things more important to your business than the way it's viewed and used on the internet. Your website is the gateway to your entire sales process, and here at Experience Pros, we trust Donna Galassi and Blue Zenith Web Design to make our website more than just a brochure for our business. If you want your website to be an experience, contact Donna today at 720-248-8431. That's 720-248-8431, or visit them online to see their work. Use bluezenith.com. We do.
When your IT person says your VPN's PPTP failed, conflict caused a protocol failure, all you seem to hear is blah, blah, money, blah, blah, last time. We're C-Square Computer Consulting. We speak geek, fluently, but we translate when talking to you. When you understand the issues, you can better prioritize your money and time. Our managed services provide a stable spending model with system monitoring and trust. Call C Squared Computer Consulting today at 303-933-1113 or go to c2cc.net.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Siri, you are useless.
After all I've done for you.
All right, so neither of us could get Siri to randomly generate a random password.
I think
we couldn't get her to do it when we said generate. We couldn't get her to do it when we wanted 8 characters, 16 characters. She did not understand it, so apparently it doesn't do that.
No, but you can still go paperless without Siri.
Without Siri. So I recently picked up the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up.
It should just be called That Voodoo What You Do.
The voodoo what I do. So for years, I've always had a system in our house. We've always had a garage sale once a year.
Sure.
And that garage sale has kind of forced us to always stay organized and to clean up. I always keep a garage sale bag and a donation box kind of like in the basement. So as we unuse things or find we don't need them anymore, they get relegated to the basement,
Yeah.
right? And this is kind of nice because it's a holding pattern. It's a holding place. You can change your mind if before it gets donated or before the garage sale, you can change your mind. And I always let the kids know if they ever came up with something, they found it again in the box. Oh, Mom, can I have that back? Absolutely. Go ahead, because it'll make its way back. It made its way here once.
Sure.
You found it useless at one point. And so
Did your husband ever make it to the basement?
To the basement? My husband did not yet make
Okay.
it to the basement.
I was just asking.
So, but several years ago, stopped doing the whole garage sale thing. And so we're not purging as much as we would like to.
I see. So you've got a
I'm like out of an angst.
yeah.
I'm just anxious.
You've got a blockage.
And now a year ago, we did have our carpets replaced and did some things in the house. And we did do this grand purge. But
Sure.
that was a year ago and haven't really done anything since.
All right.
So now I've got this book and I'm telling my husband, Jay, I think we need to clean out the garage.
The garage?
The garage. Because it's never really been done. And he runs a business.
Wait, just a minute. That's his.
What do you mean it's his?
Don't you be looking at me in that tone of voice.
What do you mean it's his? It's
That's
ours.
where he works.
It is where he works.
Did you hear that? Ours had 4 different syllables in there.
I'm sorry. Is the kitchen mine and the laundry room is mine?
Would you make me a sandwich?
I don't think so. Right? Now, I get it. He's the one that uses the tools and he knows where everything is.
Hold on for a second. I apologize. That I would never ever say that. It was just to be funny.
It was funny. I took it as funny. I'm not gonna poison you. I'm not gonna spit on your
Jay, if you
bologna.
need a place to stay, come on over.
Anyways, he says, Angel, I'll clean it up. I said, no, I don't think you quite understand. Everything out of the garage, see what everything is, and only put back. I want a roll-off dumpster to come to the house.
I am twitching.
I just think it would be so cool to have a roll-off dumpster to come to the house.
Do.
And to donate, and he can have some things that are, he can sell on eBay or
Does
whatever.
any of this have to do with going paperless?
In the book, she talks about our connection with paper. And how we want to save things because we think we're going to go back and use it and somehow it's going to be useful in the future. And unless you are saving the documents you need for tax deductions, pretty much everything else doesn't need to be saved. So here's how you can, I found a fun little flow chart that talked about going paperless.
The biggest source of paper in my world is the mailbox.
Right. The mail's coming in.
Right.
Or you go to a vendor event or you go to a business workshop. You get lots of notes. You get notebooks. You get paper. So check where there's paper.
Is there mail? Well, yes. If there is, get rid of the junk. Is there any left? Yes. Well, you should probably review that, right?
Review what's left. And then it goes down here. Do I need to scan it?
Scan it.
So rather than keeping the papers, there's all these electronic things that you can do. But here's before you think, let's just scan it. Let's just scan every business card. Let's just scan every piece of paper. Let's just scan everything. Do you really need it, are you really going to look at it in the future? Or is this information readily available in a quick little search on your phone?
Right.
Or in the, in the cloud?
You could take a picture of it and actually tag your picture with whatever it is that you're taking a picture of.
But even that, do you need it?
All right.
Do you really need to
Let's
have
go
a
back up
picture
to
of
the
it?
top. Check the mail. Is there mail? No.
Okay, so then check your paper inbox. And, the things that you're going to do, you're going to either scan it because you need to keep it for the future, but really think, do I need it? What do I need it for? Can I get this online or from some other source? Like even these days, I just went through and cleaned out my cookbooks.
Okay.
Right? Because do I really need all those recipes? Do I need these cookbooks? I kept the ones in my grandma's handwriting because no, I can't get that on the internet. But everything else can go, right? I can look online. I just made applesauce in the crock pot. That was so yummy.
Really?
All right. So scanning it, then and discarding it. Just
shred the originals
and get rid of it.
All right. I see where
it's
that's
not
going.
necessary. We hold on to it, but you have to make this actually an act of doing.
Intentional.
So when you check the mail, that you go through it. I scan it if I need it. I shred it if I don't, or I file it if I need it for tax purposes.
There you go.
So we're scanning or we're shredding or we're filing. But you're actually doing that every single day. Whenever you check the mail, you go through the pile and you are going through your inbox or your paper inbox. You're going through your desk. You're bringing home all those papers from the vendor event. You actually go through and discard or file or do what I want, whatever you need with them. But here's the thing is we are keeping way too much stuff with the thought of, I'm going to need this later.
Right.
But here's the truth.
You don't.
You don't.
You don't go back to it.
You don't go back to it.
No, it's and I am a case study in this because mail is the biggest problem in my world. In fact, I get so frustrated with the mail that I often don't go check it for like weeks at a time. Right, which will make you twitch.
So there's probably a bill in there or
there's
something.
plenty of bills. It's one of the things that frustrates me.
It's
So
like, I don't want to. I'm not going to pay this
I don't have
today,
to deal with that
right?
today. So therein lies an issue. But I think I like the idea of being able to scan it. And frankly, you can do the same thing with your business cards. And at this point, I want to talk to our state director, Adam, who has he's got these books and books and books and books and boxes of business cards he's collected over the years. And
I know, and these days now he's sharing them with me, and now I've got stacks of business cards.
You can
on
actually
my
take a
desk.
picture of that and digitize it, and all of the information would fit on the front side of one business card. If you took the digital imagery of it and whatnot. And yet it is the old dog new tricks syndrome. It's very difficult. Do you remember how many years it took you to get away from a corded phone?
Okay, I thought you were going to talk about my Franklin planner.
Know that too?
Because I do like paper. I'm a paper girl. I like to take notes, and I've got notebooks upon notebooks of different meetings we've gone to and different notes that I've written and all these ideas.
Yeah.
And so I do save a lot of things, but thinking I'm going to go back and I'm going to read something in it. And there might be some pearl of wisdom in there. And in the book that I just read, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, she talked about, scanning different things or tearing out different pages and just keeping the few things that she thought she would want to go back and have access to. But it turns out you don't. Kind of like the 5-hour workday. Turns out this is all just a mindset of just hoarding on and saving stuff. And really, it's bogging us down and we need to let it go.
Gentlemen, we apologize for all the ladies who heard that and are now going to clean out the garage this next weekend. Sorry for all of that. Good news, when we come back, we're going to help you disconnect. That's right, you heard me. Disconnect so that you can reconnect in real life with real life. That's coming next on the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is Angel and Eric, and this is the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Over 400,000 businesses in Colorado have less than 10 employees. Your business probably fits into that category. Imagine what would be accomplished if everyone joined forces. The Colorado Micro Business Alliance brings owners together to give you a unified voice in state and local politics, as well as helps negotiate better deals for products and services. They offer top-level seminars and networking events. Join now for only $5 a month at coloradomicrobusinessalliance.com. experiencepros.com.
Get your payroll and employee paperwork done efficiently, effectively, and economically with Employer Essentials. Free up your time, free up your money, and let Employer Essentials help your business grow. They handle all of your payroll and HR needs at EmployerEssentials.com or call 303-734-9436. 303-734-9436.
Do you wish your career was moving along a different path? Do you ever feel like your business owns you when it really should be the other way around? Do you feel like this isn't the life you thought you'd be living? Well, you're not alone. Sandy Corrigan has a system that helps people create careers worth having, businesses worth owning, that results in lives worth living. Call or text Sandy Corrigan today at 303-907-1010. That's 303-907-1010. It's worth the phone call.
Dude, your wife's hot.
I know, right?
I'm not kidding. She's really hot.
Yeah, I married up.
I'm trying to tell you, your wife's hot.
Will someone please call Bowman Heating and Air? It's 90 degrees in here.
Don't let anyone else tell you how hot your wife is. Call Bowman Heating and Air today. 303-622-6502. Bowman Heating and Air, keeping couples together and relationships cool. Ask about the preventative maintenance option with a 100% mechanical guarantee. BowmanHVAC.com.
Friends, this is Eric, and I want to turn you on to a fantastic bi-monthly patriotic newsletter I've discovered. It's called The Pen, and it's a compilation of numerous patriotic writers packed with political information that you won't find in the newspaper. Contact my friend Beth Ann for a free sample copy at csctalkradio.com or send $24.95 to P.O. Box 73, California, Missouri 65018 to receive The Pen for an entire year. The Pen, promoting liberty and keeping patriots informed. Subscribe today. csctalkradio.com. That's csctalkradio.com.
Dove Valley Storage has your affordable storage solutions for RVs, boats, cars, or construction equipment. Covered units you can own or rent at unbelievable prices. There's no other product like this in Colorado, and they're offering them at a fraction of the price of owning an RV garage or man cave. Hurry and call Kim today. They're 720-201-4062. That's 720-201-4062. Or check them out online, dovevalley.storage.com. They've got you covered.
The Extreme Customer Service Directory is the go-to place for finding the companies who have the best customer testimonials. Plus, to make it even easier, we narrow down the field to only 3 companies in your area. If you need a printer in the metro area, we have it. If you need ink and toner, we have it. The Extreme Customer Service Directory is one of the most visited directories in the state, and it's all yours to view for free at experiencepros.com. Experiencepros.com for the best in customer service. When you're looking for the best, think Experience Pros. You can feel good about doing business with the pros.
If you rely on networking to build your business, you need Renovate. If you are sick of wasting your time cold calling to find a few, you need Renovate. Extreme Relationship Management will help you renovate. Renovate is revolutionary training that elevates your not working and supercharges your networking to get real results. Sign up for the next Renovate training this week at extremerelationshipmanagement.com or call 855-I-LIKE-ERM. You need Renovate.
You're busy, but are you really achieving the dreams you thought you would? Infinite Nation knows that when your vision is big enough, you can create infinite success. Request your free vision check phone call with award-winning vision coach Carrie Conley. Discover how easy it is to achieve your infinite success. Call 720-331-8693. 720-331-8693 and check out the Vision is Victory workshop online at infinitenation.com.
Hi, this is Scott Watley. Tune in every Saturday afternoon at 1 for Sportsman of Colorado right here on KLZ 560. If you like the outdoors, you'll love Sportsman of Colorado.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks so much for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Well, When was the last time you experienced a magical moment?
Well, hopefully I'm going to experience several of them today, but it's astonishing these days. A recent statistic released by Nielsen's Total Audience Report revealed that we are spending more than 11 hours a day watching TV, listening to music, using our smartphones, playing video games, and other devices. And considering that we're only awake 16 to 18, that use of electronic media is off the charts, and it's stealing our magical moments, according to our guest, Gina Kloes. The book is What's Your Magical Moment? She shares tips on how to disconnect from technology to reconnect with your family, and also how to mentally record your magical moments. Gina, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Gina, it's very nice to have you on the show. Now, let's start with this here. Is it really a problem? I mean, I don't see it going away. So can't we just adapt to LOL?
Well, I think that I would never advocate for stopping technology, because it's part of our life, and it's a very important part of our life. In fact, we wouldn't be having this conversation on the radio without technology.
Indeed.
And yet, there's a balance. And the reason I wrote this book is, over the years, as you probably experienced too, when you go out, most people are connected to their cell phones. You go to a restaurant, even people on dates are on cell phones. Parents are giving their babies and toddlers cell phones and tablets to appease them, and people rarely look up. And so it's a concern that we're missing real life. And despite living in a hectic, fast-paced world, there is a real life. There's magic, there's beauty, there's good and joy in this world. But you need to look up, because tomorrow's not promised to anyone.
Oh, I love that. Gina, though, one of the things that I find, because we're on social media all the time and we are texting, we are so connected, I almost find like I'm finding more magical moments because of social media, because, oh, look, I can share this with somebody. I can share where we're at. I can share what my kids are doing with my family and friends. I almost think that it's giving me, like, I'm paying more attention to some of those magical moments. Am I just in denial?
No, I think that social media is a great tool for sharing real life magical moments. And like you said, it's a wonderful place to know what's going on with other people. It's just then when social media becomes your life, and my concern is the younger generation are more connected to their social media and taking a selfie at a sports game or a picture of the
Right.
sunset, rather than enjoying it. And the challenge I have is that, every experience in life, every thought, every emotion creates a new neural network in our bodies and in our minds. And if we're spending 11 or more hours a day on technology, then our neural networks are going to be bonding and connecting with technology, and we're losing our capacity. And there's studies that show that we lose our capacity for friendship, for empathy, for connection, and use it or lose it. A lot of young people now are hooking up and breaking up on social media and by texting, and they're uncomfortable in front of someone.
It's interesting, and it was only a matter of time before I thought maybe we would get into the neuroplasticity of what's going on behind the technology and whatnot. Now, and I'll be a character witness, if you will, for the concept, Gina, because my son and his girlfriend will sit side by side in watching television, but they're not watching television. They're not talking to each other. They're simply texting or scrolling through their social media, and it does become an issue. So how do we, is it as simple, something in my gut tells me it's not, as saying, put down the phone?
Well, I think, I have 5 children, and I have 3 adults, but I have gone through the teenage years, and it's hard to just say, put down the phone. But what I would say, to be role models, we have to create time. So in my book, there's several ideas, but one step would be to just sit down at a family dinner and say, okay, starting with dinners, it's going to be tech-free now. And asking everybody, not just tech-free, but asking everyone, what's your magical moment? And I'll give you an example. The story's in my book, and we went around the table, and if you come, when you both come to my house for dinner in California, we'll do this. And we went around the table, and my son had brought his teenage friend home who had just moved to the school, hardest working athlete on the basketball and football team. You can't even believe how hard this young man worked. And we got to him, I said, hey, Austin, what's your magical moment? And he said, my magical moment was a week ago when I picked up my father from the airport after his tour of duty in Afghanistan. He's alive, and many of his friends art. And that's the magic in my life.
Wow.
And we would never have known that had we not asked the question. Or the mother that called me and said, we did magical moments at dinner, and my 7-year-old son said, my magical moment is not getting bullied anymore at school. What?
So it's not so much about dropping the phone as it is searching out those important conversations and relationships.
Well, that's right. And your teenagers are going to roll their eyes like, what's this magical moment thing? And yet, if you ask yourself, what's a magical moment in my life? You'll scan the history of your life and realize your life is made up of moments. And those moments are the stories of your life. And I would venture to say it's probably not texting or responding to every beep and buzz by email and on your phone. It's the real life moments that count. And, our life is short. I had a reader, Chuck, worked for a big tech company for 20 years, driving home from work one day, pulled into his driveway, super tired, thinking, oh man, I got to spend time with my wife. My kids are going to want my time. I got paperwork to do. I don't even have time for myself to breathe. Walks in the door, plops himself on the couch, picks up the book, What's Your Magical Moment, and laughs out loud. Because one of the first questions is, hey, what are you working so hard for anyway?
Oh.
And he said, oh, I'm working so hard to be with my wife, to be with my kids, to have fun, to be with myself. So, for all of your listeners that are business people, ask yourself, what are you working so hard for anyway? Tomorrow's not promised to anyone. So take a moment, just a moment. With someone you love.
And starting even with yourself, what is your magical moment? And sharing that with your family over dinner, when you kiss your kids goodnight and tuck them into bed, talking about those magical moments in their day. There are these safe times, I think, that encourage and allow for this great conversation, but you have to be present for it, which means the technology has to be off, it has to be put away, and it encourages, and you're listening to the answers as well. I remember we used to have these little note cards on the kitchen table that would inspire, start a conversation. But how simple is it to ask, what is your magical moment today? And now it's a book. What's Your Magical Moment by Gina Kloes. Where do we get a copy of it, Gina?
You can get it on Amazon or go to my website, GinaKloes.com. And I just want to add the holidays are coming. And I'm about to launch a Give a Magical Moment campaign. We all have too much stuff. How about giving someone you love an experience, a magical moment with you? Because that's the real gift in life. And that's what I'm launching this whole campaign. So we stop with the stuff. We remember the moments. So let's start giving them.
Oh, I love that. Years ago, my mom stopped buying my kids holiday gifts and instead would do an activity with them. And I just read something on Facebook. Well, our kids will never look back at a day in their life and go, "Oh my gosh, that was so great! I sat around and watched TV all day." Those are not the kinds of memories that they're going to look back and share with their kids and remember as they're growing up. How do we get involved with your campaign?
Well, we're going to start posting on our website just a free gift certificate that you can download for yourself and fill it in. It's super easy. Just fill it in and say, hey, to my husband, for Christmas, I'm going to give you a beach picnic. Or for my daughter, we're going to go to your first concert. You pick it and let's go.
Oh, how fun.
Just creating memories, with friends. Hey, instead of giving you a gift, I'm going to take you to lunch and we're going to go for a walk and we're going to enjoy nature. And those are the things that we're going to remember. And, don't be tempted to pick up that phone for the sunset. Just sit and enjoy it.
I love it.
That's a memory. Yeah, great.
And the website is?
Gina Kloes, GinaKloes.com.
There it is, GinaKloes.com. Gina, thank you so much for joining us and spending this magical moment with us.
It was fabulous, and I'm very, very grateful. Thank you.
Right back at you.
I love this. And this is one of those things that as technology just continues to be more and more important or more necessary, like we can't do anything without our technology, but we need to turn it off and rediscover and reconnect with real life.
Absolutely. And on that note, let me tell you why today is going to be an awesome day.
Okay.
It's going to be the best day of your life.
Wow, that was magical right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Thomas Kalopoulos says this about your day. You woke up this morning with a heartbeat. 150,000 people never will again.
Well, geez, you got to go there.
Right? Absolutely. You have a clean cup of water to make a cup of coffee or tea and a toilet to flush. Nearly 1 billion people don't.
I know. The water, how we take for granted water.
You can read Nearly a billion people can't, no matter what the language. You have access to the internet. 70% of humanity doesn't. You can get health care. Nearly a billion people have no access to health care. As a reader of the column that I am actually reading, it's likely that I make $50,000 or more a year, putting you in the top 1% of earners globally, right? By the way, 2.2 billion people live on less than $2. There you go. It's going to be a great day. And we're going to be right back. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Show, the one place you expect always positive business talk.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe is the official fitness sponsor of the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is Angel, and Orange Theory is the energizing group fitness concept that is sweeping the nation. Experience the orange effect at the location Eric and I work out at. It's Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. You'll see more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours after your workout. Call for a free Saturday session at 303-645-4290. That's 303-645-4290. We'll see you at Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road.
Attention business owners, if you're waiting 30 to 60 days or more to get paid, Riviera Finance can turn your invoices into immediate cash flow. Let them help. Their process is simple and no debt is created. Riviera Finance has local offices serving clients across the U.S. and Canada. So if you bill on credit but need better cash flow, call Riviera 800-872-7484. That's 800-872-74, or visit RivieraFinance.com.
You've got a great business. Lots of someone else might be trying to copy or steal your concept and make it their own. It happens every day. But don't let it happen to you. You need attorney Steve Replin on your side. Much more than just a lawyer. Steve is the business consultant who knows how to protect what's yours while helping you grow it to success.
With the big box print shops and online printing companies. Sure, cheap services, and that's what you get, cheap service. Isn't it about time you found someone who not only made you look good, but also makes you feel good? Award-winning PrintingDoneQuickly.com offers the highest level of concierge service without the concierge price. PrintingDoneQuickly.com, where we serve your business as we wish to be served, and quickly too. That's PrintingDoneQuickly.com.
Hi, this is Angel, and I want you to picture this. You're driving home after soccer practice. Your little girl is sitting in the back seat, and the radio is gently playing your favorite music. Your car is your world for the moment, and your world is safe because Nyland's Collision Center wouldn't cut corners on the quality of parts when they fixed that fender bender last month. NYLUNDS collision.com. No one knows your car better. The safety of your whole world is in their hands. Visit nylandscollision.com or call them at 303-761-9219.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
The top 5 search results get 75% of all the clicks. 75%! That means if you're on page 2, you are missing out on tons of potential business. You, my friend, are in need of professional help. At SharpNet Solutions, it's not all about clicks. It's about making sales. They optimize the Experience Pros Extreme Customer Service Directory, and they can optimize your business. Call them today, 303-900-4988. That's 303-900-4988. Or find them online at sharpnetsolutions.com. Put their talents to work and see what they can do for you. 303-900-4988. Mention the Experience Pros and get up to 50% off. Call today.
You need more customers, and you need to keep the ones you already have. List That Save My Business is your answer to gaining and retaining clients without cold calling or chasing cold leads. Do business with people who like you and who already trust you. List That Save My Business is the book with easy-to-use checklists to bring more of the right customers into your sales process. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business from Amazon.com. These lists will save your business. Buy your copy of List That Save My Business today and grow your business the Experience Pros way.
Hi, this is Scott Watley. Join me weekdays from noon to 1 for Haystack Help Radio. We'll help with consumer problems, give you quality business referrals, let you know about the latest scams, and we'll also give great help for seniors. Weekdays, noon to 1 for Haystack Help Radio. Check out our website, haystackhelpradio.com.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Looking for a little more money? Looking forward to getting in control of your financial life? Well, go to somebody who, well, he's got a better head start on it than I do.
Well, Tony Robbins,
That's a guy.
He nearly 4 decades, he's coached people from every walk of life, including some of the most powerful men and women on the planet, worked with presidents of the United States as well as owners of small businesses. And he says across the board, he has found that virtually every moment, people make 3 key decisions that dictate the quality of their lives. And he says the worst thing that he's ever seen is a rich person who's chronically angry or unhappy.
Right?
Right? He says, without gratitude and appreciation for what you already have, you will never know true fulfillment. And so when we talk about financial success, most people think it's just all about go get the money, go get her done. And it's like this hardcore.
Right.
But it really, according to Tony Robbins, is all about having gratitude and appreciation.
You know what the next most miserable thing is out there? Somebody who's not rich, who is chronically angry.
Being
I'm starting to see
chronically,
a thread.
right? The chronically angry, right?
Don't
all
be
of that.
chronically angry.
So here's the 3 key decisions that you make, that virtually every person makes every day, and the response from these 3 key decisions will set you up for your success.
All right.
The number 1, carefully choose what to focus on.
Listen, where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on and your pattern for doing so shapes your entire life. And it is so true. And I got to be, again, a great case study here. Before I met you, even though I was in a positive line of work, I found myself being a fairly negative and cynical kind of person. And it took you, Angel, not Tony Robbins, to basically do a moonstruck moment with me and snap out of it.
I remember that. He was like whining and complaining. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Your life doesn't stink.
Right? And here's the thing. Every moment, millions of things are competing for your attention.
Right.
But you get to choose what you're going to focus on. You can focus on what's happening right here, right now, and in the moment. You can focus on what you want to create in the future. Or you can focus on the past. You can focus on what you have.
What I don't have.
Or what you don't have.
I'm so upset because there are people who are better off than I am.
Right? So you can either be begrudging all the time. There's always somebody who has more than you, right? Or some, is better off. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Be grateful for your health, your family, your friends, and opportunities.
You have to develop a habit of appreciating what you have, where you've been, the opportunities you've been given, the opportunities that are coming down in the future. But here's the real question, he says. Do you take time to deeply feel grateful with your mind, body, heart, and soul? Because that's where joy, happiness, and fulfillment can be found.
And focus on the things that you can control. Let go of the things you can't control.
So decision number 2.
Yeah.
Figure out, what does this all mean?
What is the meaning of life?
He says most of the time we're unaware of the effect of our unconscious mind in assigning meaning to life's events. So when something happens that disrupts our life, maybe an accident or a health issue or a job loss.
This happened this morning. If someone confronts you, is that person insulting you, coaching you, or truly caring for you?
Here's the thing. And does a devastating problem mean that the world is against you? Or is it possibly even an opportunity or a gift from God? So your life takes on whatever meaning you give it. So with each meaning comes a unique feeling or emotion, and the quality of your life involves where you live emotionally. And so often we talk about, being in control of our emotions,
right?
And it's because we know that just historically, sociologically, we want to be, you go around and you tell people I'm having a crappy day, then most people can relate to that. They're like,
sure.
oh yeah,
Right.
life is awful and blah, 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 and traffic and blah. But you go around and you tell them how great it is. They look at you like you've got a third eye.
It's true.
So you
Not
really
everybody has got to hear the Experience Pros radio show and us telling you what Tony Robbins says.
So it's really key when you talk about what does this all mean, on who you're talking to and who you're having these conversations
Absolutely.
with.
Decision number 3, what are you going to do about it? The actions you take are powerfully shaped by the emotional state you're in. If you're angry, you're going to behave quite differently or outrageous.
Oh, shoot. There was somebody who talked about action takes care of that mediocrity. If you're feeling bummed, if you do something, and it was a really neat quote, and I'll see if I can try and find it. But here's the thing. People who are angry behave differently than people who are not angry.
That's absolutely
right.
true.
And how often do you see people that are angry and upset and they're taking pills for all of this, or they're sedating it in some way, and they're still unhappy and upset because they're focusing on what makes them unhappy and what makes them upset. And so people tend to model their behavior on people they hang out with, or people they respect, or people who are you hanging out with?
It's not rocket science. And here at Experience Pros, we've always said it's not rocket science, it's people science. If you become aware of the differences in how people approach these 3 different decisions, you're going to have a pathway to help you create permanent, positive change in any area of your life, not just your finances. And so kudos to Tony Robbins for bringing this message out so that we could talk about it and inspire you to make positive decisions, to take negativity and put it on the back shelf. In fact, get rid of it altogether.
And you can do it right now. And in this moment, change your thoughts. You can laugh it out loud, hang out with somebody who is going to uplift you and support you. And, and here's the thing is you can't even do it all by yourself if you want to, but you've got to start with baby steps. And so start right now. You can start with making that list right now of those things that you're grateful for.
And find the people that will support you as you do that. And, you show me your 12 friends and I'll show you who you are. That's kind of the way it works, right?
Yeah. And, and a lot of times it's just a new way to hear a lesson that we've already learned before. And this is one of those things. I know I should be grateful. Yeah, I hear that all the time. And we dismiss it. But, what does this all mean? I don't believe in coincidence, this message. Then we are so grateful for you and want to celebrate you today.
Absolutely. Our gift to you. If you want to listen to this and any of the segments that we do on the Experience Pros radio show over again, just go to experiencepros.com and click on the archives under the radio tab. It's easy. And you can find all of that. On behalf of to make the show happen every single day, we say thank you for tuning in. Remember, you are the revolution in how people treat people in business. We appreciate you for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
This has been the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.